On page 101. Adin.
תהילה סבנה ידבר פי וברך חבשר שם קדשו למלא ואנחנו מרחים את סבדון הליה רב יסקדש נער
Amen.
רב יסלם לך חסי וסמארט בני מקרית
Amen. Amen. Page 103.
Yes.
Brachata tonight. In a moment, they Abraham will talk to Yaakov. I love to like a word on a rail. You want to not think of him. Yaakov is such a they about the well named him much more be Abba. Now was there a much again Brachata. Again Abraham. Tonight my baby Timothy Brachata. See how much Baruch Maariv against after time because my baby Tim Rachamim Rabbi. Someone told them Brachata calling Matira Surim. Okay, yeah, I'm going to tell us that for me, come off about the word of me. I love in my family, Yeshua, and I'm not talking about figures been seen, but rough These are going to raise up Roxy, Sarbe, Kodesh, Samson, Lopava, Shaka, Rubayana, Yakava, Karzel, Zebi, Amar. Aquan this bracket among this session come up in the lumber head. All of time you just sell of the illusion part is only lump. So, yeah, you should tell me to tennis hell for a patat. The night, a chop ship, Sim Shalom Tova Bracha, I'm Ken Bachesa Bracha, I mean, Malin Bachra and Nafa, Bakana Vidaklan, Kefar Penefa, Kibor Penefa, and Sarkolano, and I will hear it. Raspain Baba Spetzer, it's Dr. Bracha, Brachim, Bakhaim, Bishalom. Dov Ben Nefa, Rekas, and Kayus, to Bachal Shah, Bishalamecha, Bracha Taz, Amareka, some Yisra, Bashalom.
Sadiq Ola, Nagatanavana, Sano, with the Sahu. Do that, Sakam, over us,
Tazin Shabbat Henry Tashif Menema, Mar, Yom Vikra Sheman, Bisham Nemar. Strain all the Haitian all the bar conversion, I have a facility with the parallel house of Hannah, my is the dog is the Dutch man, save it, Mark, kind of I just want to be my friend of the base, job I go to Marguerite Bimra,
Tonight's learning, and tonight we're going to have a siyum of Gemara coming right up, special for tonight. Tonight's learning is Ili Nishmas. First of all, Meir's father's, this was the last Kaddish, right, for Meir's father, 11 months ago, and Meir's father is Mincha Chaim ben Yaakov, the Neshama Shav and Aliyah. Also, for Bechor ben Miriam Bechor, what's his father? Bechor ben Gabriel Halevi Miriam and Miriam. Yafa, okay. Bechor ben Yafa is the Neshama Shav and Aliyah. Also, the Ili Nishmas Gittel, that's out there in Rivka, and Ili Nishmas Yaakov Yosef ben Tzvi. Then Tzvi Yehuda was your tonight. Okay, so tonight in Jewish history, before we get to the Sion, tonight in Jewish history, tonight is the yard site of the Alter Rebbe. We're gonna say l'chaim after davening, and we'll also have a little farbrengen discussing the yard site of the Alter Rebbe and a little bit of the history of that. Tonight is also the yard site of around 1,000 Jewish people in Tzvas. In the year 1837, there was an earthquake there, a terrible earthquake. And many Yidden, 1,000 in 1837. The Neshama Shab and Aliyah.
Chav
Chavdal Teves, 1837.
The Alter Rebbe.
Alter Rebbe's yard site, yeah.
1837.
1837 was Tzfas. Alter Rebbe's yard site was 1812. And it's also the founding of Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, not Mount Sinai here in Miami, Mount Sinai, New York, in 1852.
My dad went there.
Your dad went there as internship? Internship. Not in 1852. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do a siyum tonight. And the reason why I'm doing a siyum tonight is because it's customary to learn a volume of Gemara, a volume of Talmud, in honor of Yotes Kislev. However, it's brought down, it says that we do it every year, Yotes Kislev. However, it says that Yotes Kislev is too busy with Farbrengens. And so they in Lubavitch, in the city of Lubavitch, 100, 200 years ago, they would push off the siyum of Yotes Kislev to Chavdal Tevis at the Dr. Rebbe's yard site. So, I don't know if I pushed it off because of that they didn't Lubavitch or because I didn't finish on time. But the bottom line is we're going to do the siyum tonight. So we do a siyum of Gemara, followed by an extra Kaddish, and then we'll have a Maariv. And this siyum is also the Ilya Nishmas, my mother, who 19 years ago on the 20th of Kislev is the yard site, and really I dedicated my learning for her. So anyway, so the Gemara finishes like this. The Gemara Saika. The Gemara says, Mishames Rabbi Bata Anav Yereschet. When Rabbi passed away, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, when he passed away, that's when humility, Anava, humility passed away with him. There was no more humble people. And Yiras Chet means fear of sin, to be afraid of doing an Avera. Can't do an Avera. To be afraid of doing an Avera, that seized together with Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, together with Rabbi. So the Gemara says, this is what the Mishnah said. Rabbi Yosef, the Tana, Rabbi Yosef, also Tana, he says like this, but don't, the Mishnah actually lists a bunch of things. He said, don't say that there's no more humility in the world. He can't know because I'm here. I'm a humble person. I'm going to come back to this in a second. Amar Rav Nachman Latana. So Rav Nachman said in this Tana, he said, while you're making corrections over there, let me say, don't say that there's no more fear of sin. He can't know because I exist, he said, and I'm afraid of doing a sin. When I first read this line of Gemara, the first thought that came to my mind is the story that used to be in the 1940s, 30s and 40s, used to be a chief rabbi of the United States. His name was Rabbi Silver. And the story goes that he was once, his driver, he had a chauffeur, and his driver was driving him, and on whatever the highway is near Canada, whatever it is, I don't know, 17, whatever it is, and he was speeding. He gets pulled over by a cop, and the cop, he rolls his window down, and the cop says, "You realize you're speeding?" He says, "You know what I have in the back seat? I have in here the chief rabbi of the United States." He rolls down his window from the back seat. Well, I'm showing the button. Probably wasn't 40. Was probably cranked it. And he rolls down his window, and he says, "And Canada." That's the joke they say, but I don't know if it's real or not. So I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Don't say there's no humility in the world because it's me. I mean, what does that mean? What does that mean? So Rashi tells us it means. Did he get a ticket? Huh? Did he get a ticket? Did he get a ticket? I don't know that part of the story.
Wait, he was really a chief rabbi of Canada also?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just saying the way the story goes. I don't know. I have to Google him, Rabbi Silver, chief rabbi. I don't know. And Google the story, see if it's true or not. Snopes. You're going to check Snopes, see if it's true. In any case, so Rashi says that listen, you gotta call. I used to say you gotta call stay to stay, but I heard it's not a nice word to say. But you gotta call what it is. And he says, there's still humility in the world because I'm here. I think the Gemara is teaching us something else. My own opinion, whatever it's worth. And that is that don't go there and say it's over. Humility is over. Let's not go there. Because you know what? Every single one of us every one of us could be humble. It's something we could all be. Don't say none of us. There's no more yiras chet. There's no more fear of sin in the world. We can get there. Don't put it out of reach. It's there. It exists. We can all do it. And I think this is connected again. This is don't repeat this ever. But I think this is connected to the Gemara of Saita. The Gemara of Saita is talking about what's a Saita? A Saita is someone that does something crazy. They're in a happy marriage. Everything is good. Life is dandy.
Yeah.
All good and dandy. And all of a sudden, it says a ruach shtus goes into them. That's how a spirit of folly, some crazy idea goes into them. You do something stupid for 10 seconds, 60 seconds, and they mess up their whole life. Says Rashi tells us that the only way a person does it, think about it. Go 10 minutes later, think, oh my gosh, that was the dumbest thing in the world. Because what happens is it's not just our family we mess up. Usually we mess up our business. We might have to move out of town. We mess up so many things. Mess up. You just mess up everything. You know something? Don't think you guys are so crazy. It can happen. It's so easy. It can happen to anybody. The famous story. I forget which Rosh Hashiva it was, but the story goes that he was an older man. He was in his 90s. I put on film today with someone who was in his upper 90s. Been put on film many years. Anyway, so this guy was in his 90s, and he used to have a nurse. He had to have a nurse in his home to help him out at night. He also there used to be a bacher. He used to be one of the yeshiva bacher. One of the yeshiva boys would come to his house and stay there also. Anyway, a bacher went to the store. He was staying there. He went to the store to get something. Comes back. He sees the guy outside. On the front, outside of his house. It's freezing cold. He says, Rebbe, what are you doing here? Why are you outside? He said, I didn't want to be inside with the nurse. Because it's called yichud. Yichud is to have a guy, a girl by himself. You never know what can happen. You know? So he says, oh my gosh, his Rosh Yeshiva. He says, the head of Yeshiva. He says, first of all, you're a tzaddik, he tells him. Whatever, you're Rosh Hashiva. Second of all, come on, you're 90 whatever years old. And this nurse, she's almost 80 years old. I mean, what are we exactly afraid of? He says, don't worry. He says, a little Yetzer Hara can make a 95-year-old into a 35-year-old, and can make an 85-year-old nurse into a 25. We don't go there, and that's it. Perhaps the Mishnah is telling us, the Gemara is telling us, again, don't repeat this, but perhaps telling us over here, the same Gemara is talking about the Saita, saying that the whole way this happens is that a crazy, ridiculous idea comes into someone's mind. Gemara says, you know what? This didn't happen. It's not a story of 1,000 years ago. It's not a story from time. A Saita is not a story from the Gemara. It can happen today.
Saita is what?
Wayward wife? No, how do you say it? Yeah. A wife that has, huh? Adulteress. Adulteress, whatever. Adulteress, she's an adulteress. All right. Anyway, perhaps that's what the Gemara is telling us. It's not a story from yesteryear. It could happen to any of us, and none of us are too holy. We all have Yetzer Hara. Chas v'shalom. Not chas v'shalom. Hashem made us that way, and it's a good thing He gave us the Yetzer Hara. That it happened. God forbid it doesn't happen, but He gave us the Yetzer Hara. We have certain desires. He made us certain things. That's why Hashem made us. Let's not kid ourselves. We're not beyond that. None of us are holier than thou, and we just have to be aware. We have to be aware of Yetzer Hara, and hopefully, if we're aware how crazy we can mess up our life, then hopefully that will hold us back. Hopefully. And we daven every single morning that Hashem shouldn't give us He shouldn't give us any nisayon, any test. Don't test us over there. Hashem, please don't give us tests, and don't make us any embarrassments. Please. Every morning. And that's what we ask Hashem. Hadanan agla rufa. We shall return to you like a rufa. We're going to come back to you, Gemara. Don't worry. We're not leaving you. Not over or done with. And we're going to come back to you, the Gemara of Saito. This concludes the Gemara of Saito. And we're just going to read this quickly and we'll do a special Kaddish Rabbanon. Hadan Allah, because the Saito is the Salmud, Babli, Hadan Allah. Daitan Allah, and the Saito means our mind is with you. We're going to miss you, but Hadan Babli, Hadan Allah. Allah, this is the Shem, Allah, this is the Shem, Allah, Allah, Hadan Babli, Allah, Allah, Asay. He writes in the Hadan Allah, Sinu Sheitzer, Asam, and Sinu, Ba'alam Asay, Say, Hanu, Ba'alam Haba. We ask Hashem that we should have a portion in this Torah, in this world, and this Torah should be with us in the world to come. Hanina bar papa, Rema papa, Nachma papa, Achai bar papa, Abba Mari bar papa, Rafsham bar papa, Rafish bar papa, Surcha bar papa, Ada bar papa, and Dara bar papa. Those are the sons of Papa, who they were all businessmen who paid for the printing of the Gemara. And we mention them every single time. 2,000 years later, we mention them every time we learn Gemara. Which means, please Hashem, our God, sweeten the words of your Torah in our mouth and the mouths of your people, the house of Israel. And may we, all of us, our offspring, the offspring of our offspring, and the offspring of your people, the house of Israel, all of us know your name and study your Torah. Your commandments make me wiser than my enemies, for it is forever with me. May my heart be perfect in your statutes, so that I not be shamed. I will not forget your precepts, for through them you have preserved me. Blessed are you, Hashem. Teach me your statutes. Amen. 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 Selah forever. Ma'adim anachnu v'nach adonai Eloheinu shesamta v'chalkeinu b'yeshmis beis hamidrash v'leisamta v'chalkeinu b'yeshmis kranis she'anu mashkim v'hem mashkim anu mashkim v'divrei Saira v'hem mashkimim v'divrei b'telim anu me'elim v'hem atim anu me'elim v'mekabim b'skar v'hem amelim v'hem mekabim b'skar anu ratzin v'hem ratzin l'chayim haba v'hem ratzin l'b'er shachas shnemar at alim tadid v'b'er shachas anshe davim umimba. Connect you to the kids. Yes, when I Shem Shazat says Atan the same Seth Saita came to Hazvini Lahaskil, Masechtes is trying to Simon. Little Mike Ulame, Nishmer Velasquez, the Camps Gold do some Sarazaka Beava, the schools called the name around some idiots are coming. Yam Adi Zadi Shalai Samush, Hater and P and Pizari, Zerazari Ad Oilam. Sky and B, the Lecha, Tanche, Oisach, Bishak, Tishmar Lecha. By the Tessie, he's Lecha. Yivi Yumecha, Yisil Chashmestein, Orichem Amira, Bismai Shalachai, Adonai Zlamita, and the Barak Sam Mashalim. Kaddish Rabbanon. That's going to be a special one. Iskada, Shnei Rabban, Yavot Rachalu Sevi Hamet Machuse, Viatzma, Kane, Karish Veshiche, Echam V'Nefa, Nochai, Echol, Beis Yisra, Margal, Islam Kari, Bimiru, Abei, Shnei Rabban, Barak Yolom, Maya, Yisbarech Vishnaba, Yisbar, Yisema, Yisnase, Yisadar, Yisadar, Yisalo, made a picture. Good Shabricho. Eva Mika Bechaza, Veshira, Satush Bechaza, Rechamasa, Ramira Bamba, Vimiro, Amen. Ayisa, Yarabano, Yatamidela, Kotamidis, Abcha Mandaski, Vaisa, Divas, Hadin, Vivacha, Sarva, Eva, no Khan Shlomaraba, China, Vechista, Verachamin, Chain Alichin. Zayn Revicha Ufrkana, Mikana Baboin de Vishmaya, Vimilu, Amen. Shlama Rabba Mincha Maariv. Chaim Tovim. Aleinu. Vimilu, Amen. Yesh Shlama Rabba Mincha Maariv, Chaim Tovim. Aleinu L'Achal Yisrael, Vimilu, Amen. I say Shalom and Rebbe, I say Shalom Aleinu. L'Achal Yisrael, Vimilu, Amen. It's different. It's really different.
Like Friday?
Huh?
Like Friday.
Friday? What's Friday?
No, Shabbat. Both stages.
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
So you should say it too, right?
It's really different college, but no one has it. All right, Maariv page 118. Yeah, but if you want, you could. Anyone want to be Chazan Maariv? Anybody Chazan Maariv once? Ronnie, you want to be Chazan Maariv? Only if you want. Only if you want. Page 118, go back in the Kabbalah Mlayashis. Hamelech Yaneinu, so there's a guy that Shabbat was the name of the name of the class of the Shira.
Adonai Hoshia Melech Yanenu B'Yom Korenu, Adonai Hoshia Melech Yanenu B'Yom Korenu. יתגד על ויתגד השם רבה, ועל מדי וכותב המליך מלכותיהם, ויצמח פולקנים וקרם משיחיהם, וחייך ובימיך ולחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב עם רומם. גם מכל ברכתה ושרתה ושלחתה נחמתה ונרמה במרומם. ברכו את אדוני אמורה, אמורה גדולה בהם. מבדיל ביום ובלילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב הרבים. ים חיינו ברחמנו בהם, יגיעם בלילה, בבת תטוב לבנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני. שמע ישראל, אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה בני ישראל לכם שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. יהיה שומרן מצינתה ברוך אתה אדוני שומר את עמו ישראל יקדה ביקדה שמרבה ועל מדי וכותב המליך מלכותיהם ויצמח פולקני וקרם משיחיהם לחייכנו וימיכנו בחיי לכל בית ישראל בקרב בזמן קריב עם רומם ויתעלה שמד קודשה ביקור גם מכל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונחמתה ונרמה במרומם.
יתגדל ויתגדל שמי רבה, ועל תמליך מלכותי ויצמח ולקנה וקנה משיחיה, וחייכו ומחו וקיים לכל בית ישראל, בגרב בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. מה יברך משתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתעשה ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקדושה ברכו אלא מכל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה מלחמתה דמיון ועלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צורתנו ותאון לכל בית ישראל כולם ובאון לנשמיה ואמרו אמן. יש לנו רבמים שמי וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום ואמרום אבו יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Zira is neida vesifere suzecho. Na brother,
שנאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
קדש שמי רבה והמד
Tomorrow morning davening at 9 o'clock. Amen. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow night, whoever wants to join us for a special Shabbos dinner right over here, let us know. Come, let's make a time. Let's put out. Let's put tables nicely. I guess no tablecloth. No tablecloth. Wow, so I bring it.
I think it's too late. I don't mind. No, I don't like
Come on, let's make Ohio. And what's the name? Ami also said.